Now, to end, let's have a look at the irregular forms. And the first part are more modifications of the spelling that are not really exceptions, let's say. They're not considered like that, okay? First, there are some verbs that are ending on ER or IR, and when the stem ends in a vowel, like, for example, construir, construir. The ending is IR and the stem is U. Okay, so in that case, the ending of ER and AR is IO. Remember, that are the endings of the regular ones. In that case, because the E is between two vowels, you will write a Y. Also in the plural. For example, construir. I built a house, construí. That's normal. You built, construiste. But my father built a house, construyó. Okay? When you listen, it's regular. You don't hear the difference, but you write the Y. Okay? Also in the plural, construyeron. Construyeron, they built a house in my street. Okay. There are some cases when, here you have some other verbs. Caer, to fall, to believe, creer, to read, to influence, to hear. Okay, there are quite a lot. There are some verbs where the vowel, when the vowel is A, O, or E, like, for example, leer, like we see there, you have to notice that there will be a stress on the E in all cases, okay? Leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, leísteis, leyeron. Why? Because the E, we saw in the first year that E is a weak vowel, and the U also, and the A, O, A are strong vowels. So if, for example, in the first one, leí, if you wouldn't put a stress on the E, the emphasis would be on the A. You should say leí, leí, but no, that's not the case. You have to say leí. Same thing for the others. Leíste, and it's not leíste, it's leíste. Okay, it's a slight difference, but you can hear it, so just be aware to put the accent. Here you have some other examples. Then another thing is verbs on gar, okay, like pagar. Okay, what's the thing? That's it's a regular verb, so it's ending on ar. So the normal ending is for the first person e. Okay, so if you want to say I have paid, it's pagué, pagué, because the verb is pagar. You have to remain the sound of the g. Okay, but if you just put e, you don't say pagué, but you write pagé. Okay, so to write pagué, you have to put the u between, just to say or to make clear that the g is pronounced like that. Okay, so it's only in the first person because there the e is the ending. The others are always a or o. In that case, there is no problem because the g is always pronounced like g in that case. Okay, there are some examples you have here. And the last example, it's a little bit the same. It's verbs on car, like aparcar, to park your car. You see, aparcar, I have parked my car. Aparqué, it would be, if you just write the C, you don't write aparqué, you write aparcé, okay, because th and an E, you write a th, okay, so that's why we use QU. There are some examples like explicar, tocar, equivocarse, to make a mistake. Okay, That are just modifications of the spelling. Now let's have a look at the real irregular forms. Okay, we have three cases. The first one are verbs where there's a vowel change in the third person only. Okay, like pedir. Mostly these verbs are irregular also in other tenses like the present or the gerundio. Now we are looking at the indefinido. So pedir, what does it give? So in the present, for example, in the present tense, I order something or I ask something is pido. You know, there you can already see the change. The e becomes e also. So also in this tense, the indefinido, you say, I have ordered pedí, pedí which is regular, tú pediste, but then he ordered is pidió. Okay, you see the e becomes e. Pedimos, pedisteis, pidieron, they ordered. All right, here you have some examples of this kind of verbs. Then sentir. Also sentir in the present tense is irregular. The e becomes ie or e in the gerundio. Because you say me siento, I feel, me siento, or estoy sintiendo, I am feeling, estoy sintiendo, that's the gerundio. But now in the indefinido there's also this vowel change. So you see, sentí, I felt, sentiste, pero él sintió, él sintió. Nosotros sentimos, sentisteis, ellos sintieron. Okay, so here you have some other verbs that have the same vowel change. And then to end this category, there are two verbs where the vowel O is changing in a U. And that's morir and dormir. So if you want to say, I slept good yesterday, dormí bien. ¿Tú dormiste? Mi padre durmió. He slept. Or he hasn't slept. No durmió. Dormimos, dormisteis, durmieron. Okay? Same for morir. Morí, moriste, murieron. O murí, moriste, murió, perdón. Morimos, moristeis, and murieron. Okay, so that are just vowel changes. Now let's have a look at the more irregular forms. There are some of them. They are quite frequent, so you should know them quite well. You know, like a verb like tener, to have. If you want to say, I have had, or I received, or even when you want to say I had to, because tener que, to have to, is the same the same exception. For example, okay, what I want to say, that's not only an irregular stem in that case, but also an irregular ending. We saw before the endings for AR and IR, but these are different. You will see. Tuve que, I had to. You had to. Tuviste. Tuvo. Tuvimos. Tuvisteis. Tuvieron. You will see, if you compare them, that they are quite similar, but they're not the same. First of all, because there is no stress on the vowels. So that will mean that the stress is on the stem. So you say tuve. Remember, for example, for trabajar, trabajar is trabajé. Okay, it's the same ending, but there the stress is on the e. It's important here not to put them at the end, tuve. For example, then you could say ayer tuvo que trabajar. Ayer tuvo que trabajar. Don't confuse it. The last letter is O, but it's the third person in this tense. So it means he had to work yesterday. He had to work. It's not me. I had to work. Tuve que trabajar. You see, it can be a bit confusing, but it's important, and it's quite common. The verb, so you use it a lot. It's you should learn it well. This one. Okay, another example. Estar. You know, it's very common also. Estar. Huh? It's estuve. Estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuviste, estuvieron. For example, tú también estuviste en Viñarok. You were also there at that concert. Saber, supe, supe, supiste, supo, supimos, supisteis, supieron. Like, lo supe en cuanto lo vi. I knew it as soon as I saw him. Okay, so very irregular form. Poder, to be able, to can, or to have the permission also. Pude, pudiste, pudo, and so on. Mario no pudo venir a la fiesta. He couldn't. He was not able to come. Can be, or he couldn't come. He didn't have permission. Okay, no pudo. Poner, to put. Puse, pusiste, puso, pusimos, pusisteis, pusieron. ¿Dónde pusiste el enlace a tu blog? Where did you put the link to your blog? Querer, quise, quisiste. Cosas que no quise decirte. Things I didn't want to tell you. Quise. Venir, vine. Vine a Madrid para ganar títulos. I came to Madrid to win titles. Hacer. Hice, hiciste, and so on. Lo hizo para ti, ¿sabes? He did it for you, you know? Beware you put the Z. That's another little modification of the spelling. It's only hizo, it's only in the third person, okay? Because hice is with a the, tú hiciste, but if you use the the in the third person, you don't write hizo, but you write hico. Okay, that's why you should use the Z here. Okay. Haber, remember, that means to, there were, or there has been. Okay. It can be also, we saw the auxiliary of in the compuesto. Okay, but in this case we won't see it now. But if you say hubo, it means normally there has been, there have been, or even there was or there were, because it's difficult to say the indefinido. You always have to translate it like this. It's not the same system in English or in other languages, so it depends. Anyway, you can translate it by both. And this can be an example. Hubo mucha gente en el concierto. There were lots of people in the concert. Hubo. All right. And then a third part or category of irregular verbs are verbs like decir, traer, and all the verbs that ends on ucir. Like, let's have a look at decir. The thing is that there is a J that appears, and the endings, you will recognize them. They are like those before, only the last one is different. There is no E. So it's very common, this word, this verb, especially also in the indefinido, because when you say, for example, Pedro dijo la verdad, he has said the truth, okay? Or I have said it to my father, lo dije a mi padre. It's quite often to use this form, lo dije, so it's important to remember this one. Dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijisteis, dijeron. Okay, dijeron, remember there is no E. And the other category we saw before, there was. Okay, another one is traer, to bring, is traje. Traje, trajiste, and so on. So, ¿por qué no trajeron el chocolate? Why didn't you bring the chocolate? Not you, but they. Why didn't they bring the chocolate? Okay, and then all the verbs on ucir, like traducir, producir, reducir, introducir, and so on, they have the same G in their conjugation. So, traduje, I have translated the text. Or here in this example, ¿lo tradujiste tú o no? Did you translate it or not? Okay, the last ones are two verbs, dar and ir y ser. Okay, that are the last. This is the last category because they're very irregular. There's no real connection with the others. Let's have a look at dar first, to give. So if you want to say, I gave her yesterday a present. Ayer le di un regalo. Le di, I gave it to her. Lo diste, did you give it? Diste. Dio, dimos, disteis, dieron. Okay, that's to give. And then the last one, ir and ser. It might be strange that they are together, but they have the same conjugation. And in a certain sense, they have the same meaning also. When you say, for example, ayer fui a España. Yesterday I went to Spain. So, I'm not sure. In English, it's also the same. I have been in Spain. I have been in Spain yesterday, or I went to Spain. It's a bit the same. But anyway, when you want to say I went to yesterday, fui, and if you want to use ser en el indefinido, it will be the same conjugation. So, fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron. An example with ser could be, for example, it was very interesting yesterday, the meeting. Fue muy interesante. Fue interesante. But you can say, fue a la fiesta. He went to the party. Or in this example, el domingo fuimos a la playa con toda la familia. We went to the beach. Okay, so that was it for the indefinido.